Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to City Skylines. I'm of course the ConflictNerd, and today I would like to make an Olympic Village. Oh yes, basically I want you to imagine that Nerdyside has, or is, going to host the Olympics and the World Cup. Because most of the stadiums I have for the Olympic Village are football stadiums, and football isn't a huge thing in the Olympics, so the World Cup is also a good thing that we can host, and it makes more sense if it's the World Cup. So let's say we're going to host the World Cup instead of the Olympics, or both. Fuck it, we're hosting both, okay? We're making a sports village, and it's gonna be great. And it's also gonna be here, which is certainly gonna be a challenge, since this is a big hill. Basically, the first thing we're going to do, and I have tested a little bit of this, I basically recorded 20 minutes of me faffing about and scrapped it because it was terrible, and I wound up being slightly lost for ideas. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these roads back, and we're going to sink them down a little bit, and we're going to give ourselves just a little bit more space to work with. I'd like to go about, let's see if we can make this even, actually. Let's go a block that way, and done. Then we need to turn on road anarchy, and which I have re-enabled, by the way. Then we go this way and down, although I'm going to take that right back to there. And we're going to go a block that way, and like I said, we're going to go down, which actually didn't turn out to be even at all. I guess that's okay. It's fine. We'll go a block that way and down. And the same over here, we're going to go one block and down. And one block and down. There we go. Now what we do is we want to upgrade those into highways. This one needs to go that way. And this one needs to go... I don't know what way it's bloody going. Upgrade that and upgrade that. This one needs to go that way, I reckon. So now we just connect them. Like so. A little bit of a weird turn there, but that's okay. Take this out to there and connect. And we have some... Oh, I don't like that. It'll do, though. It's fine. Don't need to worry about it too much. And we have some space, basically. We have some nice space here that we're going to hopefully use for our new sort of sports village, is what we'll call it. But what I would like to do as well is just level out the terrain a little bit to, say, this height here. Like so, and I'm just going to bring it forward a little bit, like so, sort of around like this. So I want the terrain there to be that height, and then I want to sort of have a bit of a cliff, I think. Not quite a cliff, but it's going to be a cliff for now, but eventually I'll turn it into a proper little hill. But I want there to be a very noticeable divide in the spaces there, because this, I need as much space as I can possibly get, and as much flat space at that, so... If I just bring all the land to one height here, I know what I'm working with, and I know where I'm working as well, which is very important. So, now the land is set to that height, let's just increase the size of the brush and fill out all of this space. So my thinking for this episode, and this particular build, is I'm going to do all of the sort of tedious work, and then we will sort of time-lapse, making it all pretty, is my thinking. So... I reckon that's a good space. You might be asking, why did I lower the roads there since I didn't seem to need to? I'm going to bring a road through here to the village one way or other. It's probably going to be a highway of some sort. I'm not quite sure what sort, but we may turn this into a bit of a clover leaf and sort of bring the highways around to here. Which, to be honest, I just thought of that and really like that idea, so we're going to do that immediately. Do I have any nice four-way intersections? I have this one, but it's a little bit big. So I think we'll pass up on that one. I don't know if I have. I've got this turbine stack interchange, which is friggin' enormous, and also possibly not quite what I'm looking for. It's a little big. We do, of course, have the classic cloverleaf, and I do, of course, have some roundabouts, but I'll be honest, I feel like I may want to get some more four-way interchanges. I do like this one. It's just way too bloody big, is the problem. Although, I really want to use it. I've never had an opportunity to use this one, so we're gonna use it. Basically, we're gonna use it. Let's delete all of this, and delete these, And I didn't mean to delete the tunnel there, but sure, that's fine. Delete all of this and bring it back. I'm going to make this work, and it's gonna look amazing, is my plan here. Although, that plan may not go all that well. We will see. So this goes, I guess, there. Yeah, sure, that'll do. Alright, so that goes there. Then we want to reconnect these roads just from here to there. Then from, oh, that's going the wrong way, or is it? Oh god, is this whole thing sort of set up? What the hell is this set up like? That's connected correctly. Interesting. This is got a really weird setup. That's not connected in the wrong way. Okay, this just needs to change a little bit. This needs to go, let's say, again, we'll go with a block and done. And again, a block and done. Then we connect, then we upgrade and connect them. So let's get all of our connections done here. So it turns out the version of Road Anarchy I'm now using doesn't actually support the no bending thing that was in the previous one, which is kind of annoying, honestly. That's not great. At least I can still do junctions like this, but it's nowhere near as pretty as it otherwise would have been with the old version of Road Anarchy. But I have been told that the old version of Road Anarchy causes way too many problems, so we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I guess this does. Really, all I need is just something that's going to connect those roads together. So this does the job, at least. Let's bring the road in here. Turn snapping on, of course. Let's turn Anarchy off, because we really don't need it for this bit. Take that to there, take that to there, and connect with that. So that road now comes around and connects to the highway, which is great news. The highway comes through there. And I guess what we'll do now is basically bring these into the Olympic space. Or at least, I think we'll wait to do that until we actually have the Olympic space done. I'll sort of, I guess I should plan the entrance. I don't know what I want to go for, though. I reckon this. I think that should definitely be the entrance to it, since it's a big highway entrance. So the best thing to do may very well be to bring this down to there, and then do a sort of bridge. Like something like that into it is possibly the best thing we could do. And then bring a road down here, 2 blocks that way, and 2 that way, and you've sort of got your main entrance. As long as I don't really take anything off of this road and have, you know, this be the point everyone has to go to, we should be fine. I'm also going to take a block, go just 1 block on this side, like so, and then slightly curve this one, because that's a little bit of a... I'm not necessarily following the cliff, but when I smooth this out, it's going to be at the top of a hill rather than the top of a cliff like it is right now, so that'll look a little bit better later down the line. Let's have that curve there, and this one's going to go a block and like that, so that'll be a much nicer curve as well. Alright, that'll be a much nicer piece of land when it's done, is I suppose what I should say. Here's the question, can I come off of there like that? That's obviously temporary, by the way. Can I go under there? Even with road, if I put Road Anarchy on, can I go under there? I can. How low is that? That's not all that low, really. That's not too bad. I don't really mind that. If I go another block there, and we take this road as close to that as I can go, so say there, take this to there, and we'll do just a regular section with grass, so it doesn't... Yeah, that looks fine to me. That's fine to me. That's not too low, if you ask me, so that actually works perfectly. So let's connect these together and get that working. So that's a little bit of a weird sort of connection there, but it will do the job. This, I suppose, is going to come down straight like that. And over here, I guess I'll flatten out more land, and what we'll do is have that be sort of the, I guess, living spaces? I guess we can have some living space over here. That could certainly work. So, I mean, I guess that's sort of the main road. We're not going to have as many stadiums in there as I thought we were, but that's okay. I don't mind that too much. Let's bring the road off of here. Let's go one further so we can get the optimal sort of spacing in here. We'll do the same there. We'll go a block. In fact, we'll curve this bit. So we'll go block and we'll curve it to there. Bring this in a block and then curve it after another block. There we go. That honestly doesn't seem like too bad of spacing, in my opinion. I actually kind of like how this is looking. That bit, maybe not so much. That's a little bit less desirable. Bring that out to there. Take that to there. And curve it. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I like this. I do. I'm actually very happy with this. What I would, of course, like to do is actually find space for our main stadium, which, honestly, not quite sure what the main stadium is going to be. Right here, we have 3 different football stadiums. We have this one, which is actually, apparently Celtic. It's apparently the home of Celtic, so we're not using that one. No offense to Celtic, I just don't want there to be any obvious text in my my stadiums. So what the hell is this one supposed to be? I honestly don't... does that say... What does that say? I don't know. I don't know what this... Apparently it is a football stadium. It is an actual football stadium, but you can't really see what it is. And this one is... I have no idea. I guess this one it is. This one's going to be our main stadium. That's fine by me. Let's see what else we've got, though, because I did sort of, you know, subscribe to some random stadiums. We do, of course, have this bloody thing, which is friggin' enormous and stupid. So we're not going to be using it. We have the theater, we have the opera house, we have a couple of towers, we've got, obviously, Sainsbury's and Sports Direct and all that stuff. No stadiums in there, though. Or in there. We do have a nightclub, which could be interesting. We have a casino. Oh, we totally need to use these. The Prism Hotel. Oh, I can only place one of those? Oh, no, I can place more. Can I place another one of these? No, but I can place this. Good. What is that? That's an interesting look. That's definitely an interesting look. I think I'll hold on to that, though, because I want to use those for something else. I want to make a space that has use of casinos. So, well, I guess that's going to be our main stadium. So let's delete you and actually make a good space for you. So, oh, you know what I also need to do in here, and I've just remembered? I need to do some good bus lanes. And I actually have an idea for how I'm going to do these. This was something I did in my testing. So I need Road Anarchy to be on. And I need my buses to go... actually, I'll do this with regular roads, because then I can space it out perfectly. So there. Like that. And then down to... there. Why isn't that being a bridge? It kind of needs to be. Yeah, that's just going to follow that. If I just go to you and do enable elevation limits, and then redrag this road, are you going to follow the... No. Okay. Well, great. That's just what I needed. Okay, this is what I've had to go for, but what I want to do here is I want to put some bus lanes in this space that are going to be, hopefully, super useful for everyone involved here. So let's bring them back to there. And I mean, I can do some straight connections like that, but I really want to get this just nice little gentle curve comes in like that. And that is... it's not so much a gentle curve, but I mean, I can make that work, certainly. What I will do, though, is I'm actually going to just put those to have grass on them, because I feel like the trees are a little bit much alongside the other ones. So those can come in like that. And what I'll now do is do this particular road here, bring it straight up like... okay, that's maybe not going to work. Take this straight up to there, take that over a little bit, and bring this down to... oh, it's not going to let me do that. Interesting. Okay. Can I take this straight down? I cannot. That's a little bit annoying. It would have been nice if I could do that, but it's not going to let me. Where can I take a road straight up from then? There. Well, sort of. that's better than it was. So that's going to be where one of the main roads for our stadium comes from. Is going to be there. So take that over as far as I really can. So to there and to there. Take this up to there. And this is actually going to just sort of stop a little bit earlier. So let's just get the bus road coming into there. And come on, just go in the right spot there. Just no, no. Oh boy, this is a little bit tricky. Just getting this to go in the right place. That's where it needs to go. Okay, so it needs to go there. Then this road is going to come across alongside it. Come on. Okay, don't do that though. But just work to there. Okay, take this up, and we'll go over just a little bit, then up again to about there. But what we need to do now is just put these old roads back in so we can get the road going under there properly. I had to get rid of the road that was there to put the new bridges in, which, there we go. Okay, that is a bit of a mess thus far, but I'm hoping we can do something interesting with it and the buses. Not entirely convinced. I know it is. I know it's a bit of a mess, but I will, one way or other, make it sort of work. I don't know how, but I will figure it out. What I really need to do first, though, is get rid of this and sort of bring that over to like 8 units, I think. Then take this down from there to there. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted it to connect properly. Can I do an upgrade to the bridge? I cannot. I will do an upgrade to those bits, though. Okay, that's not looking so bad. I'm still not a huge fan of the fact that I've had to do this really weird little sort of bend here, but I can decorate it or something. So, yeah, like I said, this is going to be the main space for the stadium. Which means that we really, honestly, don't need... I don't want this to connect to that road, so take that to there. Can I get the same curve just there is the question. I sort of can, actually, which is nice, because, I can fill that space in. It's a little bit ugly, but I can, again, as we do, just hide our sins. So, take that to there, and that's not bad. That was the wrong bit of road that I just deleted, though. So let's just replace you. There we go. And then replace this little bit. Oh, that's not right at all. Take that to there. There we go. Okay, so that is where the stadium's going to go. I'm not quite sure how it's going to go there, but one way or bloody other, it's going into that space. Let's see. We wanted this one? I mean, it fits. It goes in there pretty nicely. It could also go up there, though. And honestly, I'm thinking that's probably a better space. Yeah, I reckon that's a better space for the stadium. Although, I really like there. To hell with it, I'm doing it there. It's going right there. That's the new stadium. That's the main one. Now what we'll do is, of course, put in some pathways just for the area. So parking can go in there. We'll do a pathway just straight across like that. And we'll do a pathway just straight up from there to there. And from there to there. Why not? Okay, so we have some pathways. We have most of what we're going to need. Of course, I'm going to want to get some pedestrian crossings in here. If at all possible. I can get one there, which will do the job. Maybe I want to... Yeah, I'll put that in there. Put one just there, put one just there, and another one just, say, there. Okay. That should do the job. Hopefully people can walk off of the bus stops. That is certainly a hope. I also realize they're two very separate roads right now, which I'd rather they weren't, so let me just very quickly do 10 blocks and tunnel. And then we want 10 blocks, 10 units rather, 10 units in tunnel, and then bring that across, and then turn it into a bus road so that they do have a connection of some sort. So they can go underground there, which is fine. This road now needs to come up and around though, so that is a thing that we're going to have to do. So let's get this to come off of there for about 10 units, why not? Then we'll have it sort of curve, not quite like that, curve like, you know what? I actually maybe want a nice big sort of 2-block curve there. And then this can somehow meet up with those. That's going to be a bit tricky. I will figure this out though. And once I figure this out, I'd say we're getting pretty close to being ready to make this place look beautiful. So while this isn't the most pleasant looking road that you've ever seen, it is technically functional. This will let people into the Olympic space, which is exactly what we want. So what I would now like to do is find a reasonable way for buses to do their thing, which I reckon, honestly, should probably just be a tunnel. Because, I mean, there's not going to be that many buses. Not really. So I reckon I'll just do a tunnel of some description, sort of coming off the side of one of these. So if I turn snapping on, and I do sort of this, can I get that? If I use Road Anarchy, can I get this to follow the same curve? I absolutely can. If I go, can I go down, though? I absolutely can, and that doesn't look terrible either, which is fantastic news for me. So we'll go to there. Oh, that looks terrible, though. That looks, well, it doesn't really. If I do that, no. Okay, never mind. We'll not do that. What we'll do is bring the road out a little bit. Then sort of like that, I guess? That's not too bad, and I can sort of, again, as we do, hide my sins if I really want to, so that will totally work. Alright, that's a way for the buses to get into there. I know it's a little bit weird that it has the whole tunnel thing, but I'll be honest, I kind of like it. I do kind of like it. Let's just turn snapping off here so I can just line these up nicely. Okay, I know it's weird it tunnels down. It really would make, you know what, it really would make a lot more sense to just keep it as a tunnel, wouldn't it? I want to change that. So underneath there we have an incredibly unrealistic tunnel. It slopes down quite a bit, but it does mean that the buses are coming out here straight into the Olympic Village, or whatever the hell we're calling this. So I do much prefer that idea over what we had previously. So this is going to be sticking around, basically. What I would not like to do, though, is a little bit more tedious work with these roads. Just bring them over like this, so that we can have, you know, just a bit of a looping sort of bus system in there. They can sort of turn at the end of that and then come back. In fact, if I really wanted to, I could just bring this down and make it a little bit easier for them to get back. By doing something like that. Let them have an actual sort of turning space, unless I can connect that to there, which I obviously can't. So, I mean, I guess that that works if we do something like that and just have it loop back. That's, nah, you know what? We'll not bother with that. We'll just leave it as it is. I might find some way to put some parks in there or something, but that's not too bad. So far, so good, though. We have one stadium. One stadium out of however many we needed, but I would also like to add in a little something something, such as this, which is UK High Street public toilets, because that's probably something we really want. So I'm going to put a couple of those just up here to sort of just hide the tunnels a little bit, because they're, you know, it's probably worth hiding those. That does obviously help with, yeah, it helps fill out a bit of space, which is very useful indeed. So I think what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and start working on making this area look a little bit pretty. So the first thing I want to do, and it's the last thing I do that's not a time-lapse, is I want to just put a path right there, because that looks sort of pretty, I suppose. Okay, so this is nowhere near done. It's still needing a hell of a lot of work, actually, but I think we're probably good for today. At least we will be once we get some power connections to here and once we get some water connections to here. So, let's see where the best place to get a power connection would be. I'm actually thinking down here so we don't interrupt anything. So let's just get a cable from here to go all the way across to here and up to there. And for water, well, that's much simpler. It's going to come in from here all the way along, around, and back like so. And then really we should only need one pipe going up through the middle. There we go. All right, so what you're looking at here is soon to be our wonderful Olympic Village. It is going to take, I reckon, another little bit for it to be done. I suppose what we'll probably end up doing is the time-lapse at the start of the next episode. We'll probably see this finished, which is completely okay by me. But basically what I'm thinking is we'll have a bunch of buses sort of coming in here from different places, probably from the 2 airports and, well, no, maybe 3 bus lines will come in here. From the 2 airports and from perhaps maybe some of the main train stations and stuff like that. We'll see. We'll do something like that. But let me give you a tour at least. So right here we have our main stadium, which, I mean, I could rename. This will be, I guess, Nerdyside Stadium. Stadium. There we go. Nice and original. This is a little tennis stadium, which I thought would be kind of nice in there. We've got some multi-story car parks and a bunch of car parks about here. We, of course, have a large tennis club. We have track and field. We have indoor track and field. And then we have a swim club over here as well. Now, there is something interesting you may have caught me doing in that time-lapse, which is this road along here and this road around here cannot actually be built on, meaning all of these residential buildings I have for this space are actually going to be on this road, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want them to be. So what I would also like to do is have a little look here and see just how well this is going. Also, I may sound a little bit nasal. I think my nose is stuffing up a little bit. I think I'm getting a little bit of a cold, which is fine. That's completely fine. These things do happen. Also, do I want you to be zoned there? I don't think I do. I really, really don't think I do. But I am generally very happy with how this turned out. I'm using these trees here, these summer trees, whatever the hell they are, to make this area look nice and green and pleasant and all that stuff. And I think it's doing a good job. I'm really happy with how it looks. I like these advertisements we have in here as well. I thought they kind of fit in with the style. And here's a car coming in as well. There might be another one. There it is. Okay, that's all well and good. I think to finish this off, what I'll do is I'm going to put a medical clinic just there. And I mean, I could put the Ghostbusters firehouse, but I really don't want to do that. What I'll do is I'll put a little firehouse there. And a police station. I'll use the UK police station, because why not? But I don't know where to put it, because it's a little bit bigger. It could go there if I had zoning turned on that road, but I really don't want to do that. I'm going to be honest, I really don't. If I got rid of that bit of road there, I could totally do it. If I got rid of those car parks as well. So, I think I'll do that. I think we'll get rid of that, get rid of the car parks. And we'll put the police station just by the stadium. That's actually not a bad place for it there, but I do want to move it just along a little bit. There we go. That's nice. I don't mind that at all. What I would like to do, just to neaten it up a little bit though, is do the good old... Oh, I don't have road anarchy on. We should fix that. Do a good little bit of the terrain painting here just to fill in that gap, and fill in the gaps back here as well. It also really could do with being daytime while I do this. There we go. So fill out all of that space. And then, of course, bring the pedestrian path along like so. And what this means is we can, of course, go ahead and put in just a couple more trees to make the area a little bit more pretty. There we go. And, of course, some of the red shrubs that I love to use. And there's our police station. Okay, this is... Yeah, this is good. I'm happy with this. I'm very happy with how this looks. I think it looks great, and I'm going to leave it there for today. Because I've been recording for an hour and almost 11 minutes. So I don't know how long this episode's actually going to be, but it's not going to be that long. My throat's a little bit sore, I'm a little bit tired, and I'm going to go edit this. So thank you kindly for watching. I've been the Conflict Nerd, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.